Christos Anesti. Welcome to our next growth session. We are recording this right after the last Divine Liturgy on a Sunday that we will sing Christos Anesti, as this Thursday is the ascension of Jesus into heaven. So there will be church Thursday for sure, as well as every day of the week, I believe, if you look at the schedule in the bulletin. Today we're here to catch you up on the directives that we have going forward as the church opens next Sunday. Kyriako, can you go over the ones that you want to go over very quickly?
Sure. Thank you, Tasso. Hello to everybody again. Christos Anesti. Father briefly touched on these directives at the end of his service today, but just to rehash everything, so for the people who weren't able to attend or catch the live stream, we just wanted to update everybody on what we're planning on doing. We are ready to reopen the church doors next Sunday, May 31st. We are going to follow the directives as given to us by the metropolis. So these are directives that were given throughout the metropolis of Atlanta and are being asked by every church to follow. We met with the metropolis this week via Zoom, and while different states have different regulations and different things in place, the metropolis wanted to create a uniform policy that all the churches could follow. So the meeting went well, but these are the things that have come out of it, and so we hope that everybody's ready to respect those, and join us back here in the church. Basically, it boils down to three things, as Father said earlier today in his service. If you're comfortable with having your temperature taken when you come into church, that's one of the things. The second item will be if you're comfortable having your name taken down for contact tracing, just in case something were to occur, we can contact you. That would be number two. And finally, the third item, which is probably going to be the most difficult for people, will be the requirement of a mask. Everyone will be required to wear a mask during the church service. The only time that you will not be required to wear a mask is if you will be receiving the sacrament of Holy Communion. There will be signages posted in the church on the doorways for you to read and understand all the directives that have been put in place by the metropolis. Those are the three major ones. The rest is really procedural stuff. Parish Council will be seating people as you come into the church to maintain social distancing. We will be exiting and entering without congregating, without talking with other parishioners, without doing some of the things that we've been used to doing in the past. These are going to be temporary measures until we get through this, but in the end, we'll get back to normal. There are hand sanitizing stations as you enter church. We ask that once you enter, you sanitize, and upon exiting, you sanitize as well. And after each service, the church will be thoroughly cleaned so that prepare for the next service to follow. So we look forward to having you all here next Sunday. We've taken a lot of time and effort into putting these measures into place. We hope that everyone understands why they're in place. They're for everyone's safety, for yours and for your fellow parishioners, and we do hope everybody is ready to follow those. So thank you. Thank you, Thomas.
You realize it's going to be hard getting them out of the narthex without talking, right?
We're ready. We're ready.
You got the Sergeant of Ours recruited to the National Guard and everything. They're Greeks, we're going to talk.
Yeah.
All right. Father, probably the most pressing issue is the concern and the procedures for Holy Communion. So we will do it at the end of Divine Liturgy to expedite exiting the church, correct?
Christos Anesti, everybody. Again, in the directives that is in the bulletin, also there is an addendum, or there is an attachment has to do with Holy Communion. It's a well-written document. I would encourage you to read it. It doesn't have only logistics and practical literature, but also it has things related to the understanding of the communion, which is the heart of the church and the heart of the life of the church, and the preparation, and so on and so forth. So I want to send you to refer you to that document. The reason that the metropolis has allowed parishes to change the time of giving the communion is to give them the flexibility to work around their situations where there is no crossing across too much.
Right.
So one of the options that we are trying is to give the communion at the end, where that will be the last thing, and then people will just have to go to their cars.
Okay.
And it's going to be done in a way where the church will empty from the back, where people have left, and
So-
the last people will be the first.
So let's, because we're in that position right now in the church, that you'll, in divine liturgy, ask everybody to be seated. We will proceed back to these doors, the double doors that we come through. You'll stand here. If people are going to take communion, you'll come to the center aisle from the back rows, going out and immediately exit the church. If you're not taking communion, you will go out the side aisles towards the windows, down the aisles, again from the back forward, following the parish council rule, and then out the door immediately.
Yes.
Good? National Guard will be in the narthex, keep
Yeah.
talking there? Okay. So, is there anything else we have to add today?
Well, there is a video that will be recorded or is in the process that is for the demonstration. So as soon as that demo video is ready, it will be uploaded, and it will help visually the parishioners see those procedures.
Right.
Yes. What I would like to kind of add from the theological point of view. The church is Christ. We don't believe that the church is a building or mortar. The church is Christ. Christ is eternal. Christ doesn't change. So if we have to have certain temporary procedures, we don't like, they're comfortable, they're not comfortable. As long as we remember that powerful empires like the Roman empires and the Russian empires and other empires could not conquer the church, nothing will conquer the church. Everything is temporary. All these empires have come and gone and they disappeared, and the church stayed. So, having said that, as Kyriakos said, these are temporary procedures, and hopefully soon they will be behind us, and then we can go back into being with one another, embracing each other, and having our normal church life.
And Kyriako, one of the things that I know is another question I've heard is the parish council will light candles for the parishioners when they come in. They'll say, I need this and this and this, and the parish council will take care of that, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we're going to have, as Father mentioned, a short instructional video just to kind of illustrate what the procedure will be like coming in. The entire area in the narthex with the icons where we venerated and the candle stands have been marked off so that there will not be access to those parts for the parishioners, but we still have on the Bangadi, the tray, you will put whatever offering you wish to put in for your candle, allow the parish council member to know how many candles you wish to have lighted, and we will have somebody light the candles for you.
Right. Father, in my daily readings I do before I start my day, ironically today's was about obedience and how sometimes it's challenging for us to be obedient to what we've been issued to do within the guidelines of the church and that. So certainly this will test our obedience for people this has never been the norm, and for people like myself who have not worn a mask, it's a time of obedience and humility for us, and going along so the greater good of the congregation can be held and we can be back together and celebrate the Divine Liturgy together in person. And
when obedience goes along with pride, if we want to, which was the theme of the gospel today, if we want to rid ourselves of pride, we have to exercise obedience so we can obtain humility.
all right. So we will see you next week. Hopefully we will have a church as full as it can be that day with the guidelines of the parish council working with you to seat you, and you will bring your family and you will experience the joy in person that you experience online. If you don't feel comfortable coming yet, we still will be live streaming, and we certainly invite you to be a participant in that. God bless you. Have a wonderful week, and let's pray to God for blessings and mercy.
Christos Anesti. Thank you, Kyriakos. Thank you. Thank you,